Hello and welcome to Andree Unfiltered and another episode here with me, Denise Andree. So this is my podcast where I talk about things that I'm thinking about, that are close to my heart, and things that are very different from other things that I'm doing on social medias. I am doing a lot of modeling on social medias, and I'm doing a lot of reviews and things like that, and I've been doing that for many years, but I always felt like it was so much more that I am thinking about and so much more to me than what I show on social medias. And I want to be more open and I want to show more sides of me, and that's the reason why I started this podcast, Andree Unfiltered. It's also a forum for me to learn something completely new, because podcasting is completely new for me. But this is episode number 25, so now I've been doing this for a little while at least, but I'm still learning. And so today I wanted to talk about to not focus on flaws and instead focus on the things that you're good at in order to build confidence. And I think this is such a big thing in general when it comes to negative and positive. I think humans are so easy towards grasping on to the negative, and we can hold on to one tiny thing that is negative and see past so many positive things. And being on social medias, I can kind of say that it is a little bit like that. It's very transparent to see that on social medias, and definitely to see how people react, because someone can get so many good comments, positive comments, but then they get one negative comment and that is all that they are holding on to. And I'm trying not to do that, but of course it's sometimes itching when someone is pouring something negative out there. I kind of remember that comment a little bit more, which is not good. Like, why should we do that? Why should we hold on to the negative things? And why are we so easy towards holding on to the negative things in life? And it's so easy for us to just rug our shoulders when someone gives us a compliment or say something positive. Why by nature it seems like are people wired like that? Because it honestly doesn't do anything good, and especially not when it comes to confidence or anything in life. It's really not a positive thing to be wired that way, but we seem to be wired like that, all of us. And I think confidence is mirrored in all of us. To build a strong confidence is not only about how you pretend that you are towards the world. It's also how you walk, how you talk, not only what you say. It's literally very little in what we say, and very much in how we present ourselves and how we present the words we are saying, how we say them. And to constantly listen to the negative things and letting those things reflect on our way to mirror ourselves to the world. Maybe that sounded super complicated, but we can be in a super good mood, and then someone is saying something negative and it changed the whole way that we are mirror ourselves to the world or to the environment or to the person next to you or whatever it is at that specific moment. It's so easy to just flip onto the negative side in just a split second, but then it can take very, very long time or very many more moments for us to flip the other direction, to go from a place where we feel that we are in a negative headspace and we are mirroring that to the world. It's very hard sometimes to just flip that just because we are getting a compliment or something. And I think it starts with ourselves, to not grasp on to having to always get positive comments and things from people around us. Because if we're not holding on to building our confidence on ourselves, by what other people are saying about us, it's also not as easy to fall back just because we got a negative comment. If you see what I mean, like if we start to focus on actually building the confidence built on your own your own abilities, the things that you know that you're good at or whatever it is, if you start to focus on the things that you already feel deep in yourself that I am good at this, I'm going to build my confidence from there, and I'm not going to focus on all the things that I consider being my flaws, because all of us has flaws, and it's really good to work on them, but to let that drag down our confidence is not maybe the right place to start at. And to build the confidence through the eyes of others, meaning building your own confidence in what you think that you are able to do or your capacity based on comments from other people that is positive, like positive comments from other people or positive feedback. If you build your whole confidence on that, it can all be taken away from you so easily, because we're so easily flipped into the negative side as soon as someone is saying something negative about us. But if you instead start to build your own confidence built on you and what you think are good about yourself, your strength. Everyone has strength. Everyone has flaws, but everyone also has strengths. And if you start to build your confidence built on what you are good at, and giving yourself the cred and giving yourself the feedback, we can be hard on ourselves, yes, but it's not taking us back as fast when we have a negative thought, like when someone else's is delivering something negative to us. So if you build your confidence on that, it's easier for you to start to mirror yourself like that to the rest of the world and to yourself, because it's really important to mirror confidence to yourself in order to build and gain more confidence. So focus more on your strong sides, and everyone has strong sides. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter who you are. Everyone has strong sides. Everyone has something that they are a little bit better at, or something that they feel a little bit more confident doing, and everyone has it. And if you don't think you have any strength, put a little effort and time into finding what you think that you are good at and start to focus on that, instead of focusing on everything that you feel like you're failing in or everything you're feeling like you are not good at. And compare, but don't judge. It's okay to compare, but we shouldn't judge ourselves based on the results. And what I mean with that is that, of course, we are comparing. We are comparing everything, and we are natured like that to compare ourselves with others, which we shouldn't do, because everyone is an individual and everyone is very different. But it's in our nature to compare ourselves with others, or compare ourselves with ourselves, like how we used to be and how we are. And it's okay, but we shouldn't judge ourselves based on that. Meaning, if you compare yourself to someone in a scenario where you want to be good at, say you want to be really good at playing piano, there is always going to be someone that is better at you at playing the piano, always. Like, there are very few that are going to be the number one best, and maybe they are the number one best for a fraction of a second, but most of the time, people can be the world's best in something, but not for the whole time, which means there's always going to be someone that is better at us in something. So it's okay to compare, but don't judge yourself. Just because you're not the world's best piano player, it doesn't mean that you cannot be really good or make a living out of it, or maybe have concerts or whatever you are dreaming about. So don't judge yourself, and don't focus on your flaws in the area. If you want to be a piano player, and maybe there are some scenarios or some specific songs or something that you're not so good at, but you're really, really shining in another scenario in piano playing, focus on that. Focus on your strength and work on the flaws, but don't let the flaws mirror your whole confidence, because that is just like a fraction of you. That is not the whole you, but it's usually so easy for us to just grasp onto that little negative thing and just like, okay, no, I'm not good at this in piano playing, so I'm not going to be focusing on this. I'm going to put this aside because I'm not the world's best. I am not even as good as my neighbor or the one in my class. And I have this and this flaws. I'm not good at this songs. I'm not good at this type of songs. So I'm not going to do the piano anymore. There's always strengths to focus on. And there is always a way to twist things and turn it into something where you have, okay, I'm not the best at this. I can work at it. But I have really good strengths. And I'm going to pull those out and build my confidence from there. So we are all good at something. You just have to find your something, and from that find your strength. And if you don't have any specific area, because some people don't have, and I cannot say that I have myself something specifically, like people that are playing the piano or maybe have something else, a specific niche, playing golf or whatever it is that they are really focusing on. It's maybe easier to find this strength that I'm talking about. Me, myself, I cannot say that I have a specific area. I don't have any sports that I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing gym, but I don't have any sports. I'm not doing any instruments. I'm not like working on anything in particular, but there are things that I am good at, and there are things that I am not good at. And I'm trying to pull my confidence out from the things that I'm actually good at, and the things that I know that, I can honestly talk about this, or I can honestly do this. And I think that I know that I'm good at it, no matter if someone is giving me a negative comment about it. And not just building my confidence based on, okay, I'm putting things out on social media, so I'm getting positive comments about this or that. I'm going to pull my confidence from there. Because that can be taken away from me in a fraction of a second if someone is pulling out negative comments. It's a very fragile thing to build your confidence based on what other people are telling you, because that can be taken away from you so fast. And it can also change. People change their mind, or people can also be having a vendetta. They can be very positive, and then all of a sudden something is happening and they are flipping and being very critical towards you. And if you have built your own confidence, like everything around what that person or those people have said about you and like lifting you up, if you build your whole confidence around that, and all of a sudden they changed their mind, or that person changed their mind, it can be like the fall can be so high and it can happen so fast. It's hard to grasp onto something. But if you build your confidence more from what you know about yourself, your truths about yourself, of course, it's always nice to hear positive things and get compliments from other people, because we are wired like that. We want to be acknowledged by other people. We want to live in a pack, like we are packed animals. But confidence should come from inside, because then you are the only one in control over it. You are the only one in control over your own confidence, and how you mirror it to the world goes within the whole you. Like I said in the beginning, how you walk, how you talk, not only what you say, how you present yourself, what do you think about yourself, that is going to shine through if it's something that you actually think about yourself, or if it's something that you are presenting yourself through what you think other people think about you. And find your strength, and then choose where to put your focus. We can always choose where we put our focus. We can always pick the pieces we want to make the puzzle that is called our life. So to say that we don't have the ability to choose, we have. And then some people are more fortunate, some people are less fortunate, maybe where you are born or in which country you're living, etc. There are many other factors that might reflect your confidence or your ability. But there is always something that we can find within ourselves that we are good at, even if we are in a scenario where the world maybe is not so fortunate towards us at the moment. You can still find something to grasp onto, a little bit of confidence within yourself if you want to, and if you put your focus there, because we can choose where to put our focus. If we want to focus on all the negative, if we want to focus on the people that are telling us negative things, if we want to focus on that one negative comment among maybe a lot of positive comments, if we want to focus on that, it's very easy, but we can also flip it and tell ourselves that I am only going to care about what I think about myself. Of course, we live in a world where we listen to others as well, and it can be very good to listen to what other people has to say about you, because that can sometimes give us a moment to reflect in a different way that we maybe haven't done already when it comes to how we are or our behavior. But to always grasp on to, oh, now this person said this about me, so now that's true. That is not something that is going to do you any good. And it's definitely not going to build you any good confidence. And to have good confidence is also something that is going to give you the feeling that you can actually move forward. Confidence comes in so many different shapes and forms. But to be confident within yourself and believing in yourself, that also makes it possible for you to grow. Because if you don't have the confidence to think that you have the ability to grow, how will you ever grow in any scenario? Being a piano player or growing as a human, if you don't have the confidence that you think that you are able to, it's so hard to actually move forward at all. So, yeah, to not focus on your flaws, focus on what you're good at and build your confidence from there, not based on what other people think, but what you think about you. What do you think is your strength? And then work from there, start from there, and build from there. And work through all the clutter on social medias, for example. Social medias can be a really good thing. It's a platform where you can learn so much from, if you are a little bit looking in between the fingers, because not everything on social media is true, of course. But we have an open gate now to an ability to learn things so much faster than before. We have such a wider open air for all the information, and we can get it so quick now with the internet, with Google, with social medias, with YouTube tutorials, whatever it is that we want to learn, or whatever it is. It's so easy to grasp onto it, but the reflection is as fast the other way around. If we put ourselves out there on social medias, for example, and we listen to what's coming back, because it's never only going to be positive things. Never. No matter what you're doing, no matter who you are, there's always going to be people that do not like you. There is always going to be people that are giving you a negative flashback. And it doesn't have to be social medias. It's in any scenario. If you are at work, not everyone at work are going to love you. Maybe people pretend that way, but not everyone is going to absolutely love you and just say good things about you all the time. There's always going to be that one person or two people or whatever it is, a small group that is not liking you or like what you're doing, or maybe they're just envious on what you're doing. And they are going to be maybe not 100% positive and giving you good feedback all the time, but you should know the effort you are putting out and the things that you are good at. And if you build your confidence from there, they cannot take it away from you with one negative comments or one backflash. So, yeah, to not focus on your flaws, but focus on what you're good at and build your confidence from there. That is something that I think can be very important And confidence is very important. It's very important to actually gain confidence and start to think about what is confidence and what is making you confident, and how can you work on having a better confidence and believing in yourself, because everyone should believe in themselves in some spectrums of life. Like in some areas of life, we should believe that we are capable of doing things, because everyone is. At the end of the day, we are all human beings, and we have the capacity to do things. And not everyone is going to be as good at as like the best, because not everyone can be the best, but we can do an effort, and we can have a confidence without being the best at something. It doesn't require being the best in the world to have a good confidence. And remember that, and build your confidence from there within yourself, not based on what other people think and say. And that is a really good start. A really good start. Do you agree? Or maybe you disagree, I don't know. Like, I really like to have the conversations, because this is just my opinions, and I'm never going to say that I'm right. I'm never going to say that anyone is wrong. It's just opinions, and opinions are allowed. Everyone is allowed to have their opinions as long as it doesn't hurt someone. Everyone is allowed to have and entitled to have their own opinions about things. And this is just my forum where I share my opinions on different things. And yeah, you're open to agree or disagree, and it can be a really good discussion. So let me know in the comments if you agree with me, how you reflect on confidence, what you think. Tell me. And yeah, I hope we're gonna tune in with each other on my next episode. But for this time, bye.